Targeted as a 5-pointer, the Sharks didn't disappoint against an out-of-sorts Bristol side here last Friday night, a win that lifts them to second in the table and only a point behind the leaders Gloucester. With displays becoming ever more impressive and with a game in hand, the race for top spot is on. Do not panic, there is a reason for this. We're down here in beautiful Bagley. My next guest likes a bit of dressing up, so I thought I'd surprise him. He's also the joker of the pack. With all the internationals in the squad, did you know there was a German in the camp? Well, kind of.
Doors closing. Lift going up.
Just a little concerned he might not like my costume. Neil Briggs! What are you wearing?
How are you, mate? Oh, just casual gear in the house, you know?
I didn't realise you were dressing up too.
Make an effort, you know, that's
what are you?
Oh, so chill out. My Beetlejuice costume, this.
That's beautiful.
We've got loads. Great, come in, here we go.
Oh, it's a nice place you've got here.
And here's the living room.
Wow.
Beautiful, there we go.
It's like Buckingham Palace.
Oh, it's my missus the interior sort of decorator here. I get to choose the TV, she gets to choose the furniture.
It's very nice. How long? So you've been there just a couple of months?
We moved in just after Christmas, so it's just coming together now. There's still a few bits which we need to.
Beautiful couch.
It's nice, isn't it? DFS. Have a little jump on. Am I allowed to say that? Hey, no, don't jump on it, you I mean, sit down. Jump on it means sit down. Sit down. What are you doing?
So your missus does all the designing?
Pretty much, but we haven't got any photos on the wall or pictures yet because I don't do it because I'm hopeless.
What are you going to have a picture of? Rory Lamont's got a picture of himself.
Hey, we've got one of them in the room, man. Put it up though. No, I'm not that vain.
That?
I'm not that vain.
I can see.
No, whatever Claire chooses, we'll see.
Let's have a look at the kitchen.
Kitchen, here we go. Yeah, here's the kitchen then.
This is like Gordon Ramsay's pack.
Hey, it's alright, isn't it? It's not too bad, like. I never had like my little extractor thing and it's quite posh, I like it.
Very continental.
Like here we go.
What do you like to cook? What sort of meals do you eat?
Well, to be honest, it's me, because I'm in before Claire, so it's sort of it's easiest things that I can do, quick stuff. So we got some stir frying.
Are you a bit of a cuisine? Are you a microwave man? You haven't got a microwave.
I think I'm better than Michael Hills when he does his features. Supposed to be Master Chef cooks features. What's that about?
Vegetables, fresh carrots. Nice. Lots of peppers.
We got some turnip, parsnip.
I'm a bit concerned about this, Briggsy.
No, it's my missus that, she loves it.
It's not water, is it? Okay, what else have we got here? Let's see.
Biltong.
Yeah, this smells like Rudy's house.
Biltong. It's a good bit, this.
Biltong, this is South African beef. What are these little things?
Oh, these are for me espresso machine. I like it. Yeah, I would put it in. Put me a little.
Oh, talk us through.
Look at this. Look at that. Press the button. And away we go. Cool. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll show you this. Look at this. See on the adverts, you know, with the drawers?
Yeah.
Love it, watch.
So, Briggs, you're well trained, but you're also a romantic.
No, brother, no. You've seen
come on, let's
you've seen the roses. No.
Look at this.
Wait, it's Valentine's, isn't it? You've got to do it. I'm not soppy or anything, but we were away for Valentine's Day.
Right.
So I thought I'd get some roses delivered, so it came pretty early as well, so I don't think she was too happy about that, but...
They're real? They're still alive?
Yeah, no, they're proper, like.
She made you a special card like that, and then you gave her like an old Christmas card.
Well, she didn't get me any flowers, eh?
Right.
I'll take you into the master bedroom.
Found these ears on the way, I hope you don't mind.
Pop on, mate, pop on. There's all sorts of stuff lying around. No, so this is just the main sort of bedroom. We haven't really need to get a wardrobe and stuff in.
This is where the magic happens?
Yeah. course it does, mate. It's supposed to be a third bedroom, we haven't sorted it out yet.
This is my favourite room, this one.
This is the floor job, yeah, at the minute.
This is where your dressing up kit is?
The dressing up box, yeah, which a lot of it is Claire's, but I must say there's some of my stuff here.
It's famous within the Northwest.
This isn't mine though, Will. You should stop bringing your stuff round, mate. The mankini. This is stuff I had from back in Rotherham.
Look at that.
That's when I was young, mate. I would say good looking, but
short hair, smooth. You look like Tom Cruise.
I know, mate. Yeah. I had 2 good ears then as well. Most improved player. That's what they get when they feel sorry for a lad that hasn't got an award. Hey, believe it or not, I've actually got into that once before.
You had it on before we came out.
You're like, hey, we'll keep this one on, shall we?
I'll have this one.
There we go.
Listen, we need to clear up something, because when you look on the Cell Sharks website, it says born in Germany. And not a lot of people knew that, did they? Tell me how that happened, why that happened, and are you German?
No, I'm not. I'm English. I'm a British boy. Like my dad was in the army, and obviously he was posted out there. So as a family, we moved over, and sort of I was born in a place called Rinteln in Germany. So
right. So it was in an army camp.
Yeah, so it's classed as British soil sort of thing. So I am British, but it's annoying that every time in the programme when we go away, it says Neil Briggs, born in Germany. It's like it's the only interesting fact about me. So
Rotherham as a kid, you moved to Sheffield, and then you were playing for Leeds Academy, kind of the Leeds Minis, was it?
Basically, you play rugby at school and your club, which was my school was Meadowhead School in Sheffield. My club was sort of Rotherham Juniors, and then you get invited to they call it EPDG, Elite Player Development Groups, and they have all the schools, the best players from the schools in Sheffield and the club at Rotherham get sent to these days. And Leeds run it, so then you get put into that sort of category, and they eventually what happens, they pick the best out of that to go onto the academy. But I left just before it got to that stage. So then Rotherham Titans, you moved to Rotherham Titans, obviously to play rugby, but more competitive, because you were 17, 18 at that stage after school. Yeah, well, I'd been playing. Obviously I stayed with my club, which was Rotherham. I came through the juniors. I played Colts there and played a couple of games for the 21s. And I was at college then as well, and I got signed up as like a part-time sort of 1 day, 2 day a week to go and sort of train with the first team. But the club went into liquidation, and basically all the fans ended up saving the club, right? And all the players left. Like the football team, and all the players left, but they kept a few lads who didn't have other clubs to go to, and I got a phone call saying, Briggsy, you're the only hooker left. You're going to have to play. So I was like, oh, great, it's fantastic, good for me, like. Yeah. So I'd never played a game sort of in National 1, like with proper men before. I guess that was a key point in your career, wasn't it? It was massive, go away the players, that you got a chance. Yeah, well, I think everyone needs a lucky break, really, and that was mine. Now, whenever we talk about people who come to Sale at that age, at sort of 19, 20 years old, it always involves James Wade's name. So he had a big part in bringing you as well. He should be knighted, this man. No, he's brought a few lads through, hasn't he? No, well, I was playing 21s, and I needed a place to go. And Wadey's mates with Malander, obviously from when he was here before. So obviously, so they got chatting, and I'd met Kingsley before because he was a coach at Doncaster when I was at Rotherham. Right. So you knew what he was like. Yeah, well, he came and did a rugby camp one that I was coaching on once, and. First time he ever met me, he took the mickey out of me, actually, so I hated him ever since. And then I came here and... that doesn't surprise me one bit. No, he's all right now, though. So you come in, you played a few games for the Jets. How old were you when you first arrived at Sale? I was 19, yeah, 19. And you were straight into Jets action, was it? Yeah, I didn't... I came as an academy player, do you know what I mean? So it was a bit weird coming from playing with men every week. So at first it was all a bit, sort of in your face, but then I settled in nicely and got into it. And the rugby is a lot quicker than Div 1. Div 1's more physical, but playing with the Jets is a lot quicker. And I'm learning different things and stuff. And Wadey brought me on a lot, to be fair. How's the last 2 seasons gone for you? Because I guess they've been the 2 most important ones in your career. Yeah, well, there was. I mean, there was World Cup year last year, wasn't it? And sort of for me, that's what really sort of got me on the team sheet, and that's where I could make my mark. And Kingsley and Philippe told me that. They said there's going to be 5 games while the World Cup's on where you're going to play. I was lucky that we had sort of, obviously Bruno was away with France and they'd signed Scott Lawson, he was away with Scotland. And I played, did a job, and they put me in the week after that. Come to the end of the year and they said, you've done well, you've done your job, and they know what I can do. So it was more, for me then, it was more showing the coaches that I could play so they'd have the confidence to put me in.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously now I've got to try and keep playing every week to top that up.
And talk about international stage, you know, you've had a little slice of that, haven't you, with the under-21s in the World Cup in Argentina, but you're not actually a pedigree England person, as they'd say, the likes of, you know, Coxey, Michael Hills, who've come through the system. You kind of saw it a bit late on, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I came in, I didn't really know, when I was playing at Rod, I didn't really know about the 21s, like, I didn't know there was an age group stuff. I got called in the office one day, and he said, Briggs, we've had a phone call, do you want to go down and train with 21s?
And where was that, down in London?
Yeah, it was in London, and I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, I'll go. I went down, and it was Jim Mallender and Nigel Redmond, the coach, and I was training there. I was the only lad from Div 1, so nobody would speak to me. Yeah. And I ended up staying around and playing.
Now this season, one of my highlights was your celebration at Worcester. We've got to mention it because it was all over the telly, ball in the air, and first try of the season. What a moment.
Oh, it was great.
In the right place at the right time.
I wish it would be a bit further out now, but no, it was good. I've got it on Sky Plus actually, to keep playing it back now and again, showing everyone that comes round.
Ball in the air. Had you planned a celebration or
no,
just instinct? I
tell you, I was running in, and because I had about 10 metres where no one's around me, I was having a look. I did think about diving, doing a big swan dive, but I thought, no, I can't, just put it down, chuck it in the air.
There could be another Briggs brother. We could have the Briggs brothers at Edgeley Park.
I hope not, because they'd take my place. No,
it's like a bit like the Blues Brothers. You could dress up maybe as well. Tell us about Scott. He's younger than you.
Yeah, no, Scott.
He's doing well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's 16 at the minute, and he's at college at Myerscough at the minute in
Will
Preston.
Cliffs went there.
Yeah, Cliffy went there. He's doing sort of the similar thing to what Cliffy did, and they're on like a sports course which they do work in the morning, and in the afternoon they go and do rugby. And Phil goes over and does sort of coaching and stuff. So they're in the loop at Sale. Sale know about them, so it's quite nice. It's quite sort of handy that I'm around as well, so it's good.
I've got to ask you, do you enjoy playing flanker as opposed to hooker? I mean, I know it's not out of choice, but it's worked well for you, hasn't it?
No, it's good. I enjoy playing, to be honest. And
full stop.
If I play a flanker or hooker, it doesn't make a difference to me. I just plug on and keep doing what I'm doing. Obviously, I'd like to play hooker, because if I've got any sort of aspirations to play international, that's where I need to be playing. But for the time being, if I need to play 7, then that's what I'll do, and it's not a problem. It's the same as hooker, really. You just play rugby. It's the same thing. It's just set pieces different.
I was going to get a trumpet for you to blow, but why aren't you in the Saxon squad? I don't understand why.
No, well, obviously they need to choose and have a look around and find the right person for the job, and obviously I don't fit that bill at the minute, so hopefully I keep plugging away, and come end of the season, if I can get on one of the tours, or the Saxons tour, that'll be the one I'll be trying to get on, and happy days.
I tell you what, if you thought that was weird, you want to see what Briggsy wanted to wear. Let's just say he's got a bit of a habit of testing out his girlfriend's wardrobe. Lots more to come in the second half, including all the thoughts on the trip to the Men in Black. We'll see you in 2. So this week's question, how many tries did Andy Farrell score for Wigan Warriors? Was it A, 77, B, 87 or C, 97? So before the break we asked you how many tries did Andy Farrell score for the Wigan Warriors? The answer is A, 77. So it took the Sharks a while to get going here last Friday against a Bristol side without Director of Rugby Richard Hill. Tries from Lobbe, McLeod, Briggs and Roberts made it 5 precious points. However, this weekend it's Jones against Jones as Kingsley Sharks take on Eddie Saracens.
Massive challenge down at Vicarage Road. You haven't won there for quite a few years. Looking to put the record straight this weekend.
If you want to win the league or at least get in the top 4, you've got to start doing things that you haven't done before, or at least haven't done in a long while, and that's beat Saracens. So we're preparing this week. It's nice to have a long week so we can prepare fully. And also be fully rested for the game on Sunday, but we're excited and we're confident as well that we're going to get down there and put in a good performance, because if we put in a good performance on our day we can beat anyone.
I feel like we're playing with a bit of form at the moment. There's a lot of individuals playing very well. We're playing as a team very well. But yeah, the preparation's the same. As we don't get carried away. we watched the video of them in defence on Tuesday. So then we did the attack session Tuesday, which went really well. And yeah, we've just been out on the park again today. It's there's a good buzz around here, and we're going up there for a win.
A few guys to look out for, I suppose. Glenn Jackson, Census Johnson, and also the experienced Hugh Vivian in the second row.
Yeah, no, I know a few of them from various tours. Hugh Vivian, I've ridden with him on Churchill Cup tours. He's a good lad, and they're all good players. So we know they're going to perform. I know there's been a lot going on at Saracens this week. I'm just hoping that hopefully they'll take their minds off the game a little bit and allow us to be focused and perform. We've been putting a lot of focus on the scrum because we know that Saracens have got a strong scrum. It's line-outs, scrums. These are all the basics of the game. That if you don't win the good ball here, the backs can't perform. And if you look at our back line, we have got a fantastic back line. So if we don't give them good ball, it's kind of pointless having them.
You've got to keep your feet on the ground, and you just got to knuckle down and get your job done. We're not a group of we've got some very good players, and we're not a group of superstars, and we're not going to start. I remember seeing London Irish ranting and raving. They got to the top of the league, and there was press talks with players, and then next thing they'd lost about 3 games, and they'd lost the top 4th place, and that's what happens. So we've just got to sort of knuckle down, keep our that's the ground, pull our socks up, and just get on with it. It's exciting. You want to play every week, and there's lads. There's a buzz on the training pitch, and there's lads who just want to be involved and want to play in it, and it just generates a good atmosphere around the club, around training, around game days, and like I say, there is 10 games left, and it won't be long before the season's finished. So we've just got to make sure we perform well.
Kingsley's been confirmed. You've got a new right-hand man for next season. Can you tell me a little bit more about this Jason Robinson fella?
Yeah, it's great for the club to have somebody, of Jason's stature back involved. He was a great captain for the club. It's no coincidence that we had some of our best seasons while he was in charge as captain, and he had a massive contribution to that. He's great to have around. When you recruit staff, it's some boxes to tick. Someone I trusted, someone who has good values, someone who's hard-working, someone who's a winner, a motivator, loyal. And Jason ticks all those boxes. One question I will be asked is his coaching experience, but we all have to start somewhere. And one thing I know about Jason Robinson, if he's going to do something, he'll do it properly. And he's already put himself out there trying to get some coaching experience and pick up all the things he can before he starts in August. The respect he demands from everyone, players, staff, people in the street, is absolutely incredible. And he's a unique individual, and we're very lucky to have him. And along with that, Phil Keith Roach's appointment as the scrum coach is great news for me. To bring Phil in formally is great, because he's been a bit of a mentor for me informally for the last 5 years. He's had a lot of input into our scrum. He watches more videos. He knows more about the English game than most people. World Cup winner himself on the coaching staff. He's worked with some of the greatest players that England has had, some of the great coaches, alongside Woodward, Robinson, all those people through that year, alongside Martin Johnston, Delalio, Vickery. And he's got a vast amount of experience to pass on. So not only will we be gaining so much from our scrum, we'll be gaining so much from the coaching staff to have Phil around with his wisdom, if you like, to help us all develop.
And just finally, on the transfers, any update on Rory Lamont or even Luke McAllister? Yeah,
Luke's close to a decision, and I've had a chat with him. He's sort of put me in the picture as to which way his thoughts are going. I'm not in a position to comment on it, unfortunately. I know obviously you've got to do your job and try and find out what the crack is, but we will have a definite answer over the next 10 days. And Rory, I've spoken to his agent. There's a lot of interest in Rory, and I can't compete with French clubs in particular. The Scottish Rugby Union are particularly keen to take him back to Scotland, I understand. Glasgow or Edinburgh, I'm not sure, but they'd be keen to get him back there. And first and foremost, I need to see where I am with Luke and see what I've got left in terms of my budget. But not giving up on any of those players, and we'll see where we are in hopefully in 10 days' time.
So over the last few weeks, the local clubs have been firing blanks in the Grubber Challenge. Will it be fireworks at Broughton Park? Let's see what Ashton and the Lions say about that.
Rick Parker, Ashton number 1, Loosehead.
Dave Stanley, number 8.
Ben Edwards, back row. Where are you with me? Look, I'm all on my own, just like usual.
Bob Cricket, tight head prop and male model. Mark Grayson, centre. Jimmy Dean, second row.
Neil Oldham, hooker, leading try scorer.
Paul Wilson, second row.
MEARA, coach.
That's me.
Well, unfortunately, we've got some very sad news for you on Talking Sharks. That sad news being that I won't be with you for the next couple of weeks because I'll be mainly drinking rum in the sun. But fear not, my beloved Sharks fans, because after a vigorous audition process, we found our man. Hello, and your name, please?
Steve Hanley.
What can you bring to the role? What do you think you can offer to the public?
Well, to be honest with you, I watched you a couple of times doing Talking Sharks, and I don't really think you're up to the job. Okay. So when the opportunity came along to audition for it today, I thought I'd be perfect for the role.
Your interpersonal skills are so important with this. You obviously need to speak to the players. Have you got a good rapport with fans and players?
Some of the players like me, some don't, and I think same with the fans. Some fans like me, some don't, and I think from experience that when the fans get on your back, it's pretty hard work really. I think I'd step into your shoes pretty well, to be fair. I've seen the shoes you wear. I don't think they're very nice.
Okay.
I think I've got a better dress sense. I think all round I'll be a better TV presenter.
All round being the phrase there, yeah.
Yeah, it's better than being skinny.
Well, have you got any questions for me, if we were to give you the position?
To be honest with you, yeah. Have you, when you come back from your little John drinking rum in the sun, would you be nervous about getting your job back?
From you?
Yes.
No.
Do you have any advice for me that, how to get on side with the fans maybe? Or...
Well, the fans love me, as you know. I mean, I've spent years building up this special relationship. I say there's a special bond that we have. One piece of advice is maybe don't have an opinion. You're not actually allowed to have an opinion.
Okay.
So just keep your thoughts to yourself, stay clean, and be good, be safe.
Looking forward to it.
Job's yours.